Hi everyone, my name is Damien. Welcome back to the Chosen Empire YouTube channel. Okay, on this channel we discuss the topics of narcissism, spirituality, and healing. Okay, now I always ask you guys drop a like on the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so that you can see future videos. Okay, um, for today's topic, we're gonna be talking about the narcissistic rage. Okay, now, put in the comments whether you have ever experienced it. Do you know what it is? Have you ever experienced a narcissistic rage? Drop it in the comments, let me know. But that's what we're going to be talking about, okay? All right, so the narcissistic rage is what occurs when the narcissist gets a narcissistic injury, okay? Now, a narcissistic injury um, is what the is like some is what the narcissist feels when the false self that they create about themselves, the false self which says I'm perfect, um, I don't make mistakes, the world revolves around me, everything is me, that's the false self. They're perfect, they don't make mistakes, they, you know all the good things that the narcissists think of themselves. um, that's what the false self is. Okay, so when you and the false self, it's not real. It's something. It's a coping mechanism that they created, just to suppress the feelings that they have about themselves, that they truly feel about themselves. The false self is created to suppress the true feelings that they have about themselves. Okay, because the narcissist, they don't think highly of themselves. They think they are worthless, unworthy. They think they're never good enough. These are all negative thoughts that the narcissists harbor in their heads. Okay, they can't fight them. They can't get rid of it, and this is all brought on by the fact that they were abused or went through traumatic events as a child. Okay, so they created the false self. They created the false self to cover up those negative feelings and emotions that they have about themselves. All right, so whenever the false self, somebody say or do something to deny or impede the false self, that's gonna be met with narcissistic. Well, they're gonna get a narcissistic injury, after which will be followed by all-out explosive narcissistic rage. Okay, so that is how the narcissist reacts to being called out by somebody, or you know, they're maybe they have been accused of something, or they have been called out for some bad behavior, or maybe something they have said, and based on the false self that they create, um, this thing that they're accusing them of, or you know it threatens the false self. Okay, so during that moment, the narcissist, they're gonna be the narcissist is gonna react in a way, because anything that comes close to um, destroying or invalidate the false self is gonna be met with pure rage and anger, and they're not gonna stop until the person that is doing or saying something stop, and that they know, and they're gonna rage so much that they know in the future not to do this. Okay, so the narcissistic rage is done to get you to shut up and stop what you're saying about them, and also to prevent you from ever coming at them like that again, calling them out for the bullshit or whatever they be doing. You understand? So the narcissists, they don't like being called out. They don't like being accused of doing anything wrong, because that will mean that they're not perfect and stuff like that. So it triggers the false self. All right. and they're gonna get a big narcissistic injury, and the narcissistic injury is very painful for the narcissist. All right, that is not something that they like to feel, because you're bringing up feelings that they're trying to suppress and hide, that they had when they were younger, going through these traumatic events or these abusive events that they faced earlier on. Okay, so this is a very disturbing feeling for them, and they'll do everything to prevent that from happening, prevent somebody denying the false self or just seeing through it. Okay, so the narcissists, they struggle with self-worth, all the good things that someone should think about themselves. The narcissist doesn't genuinely feel this way about themselves. That's why they create the false self. Okay, and they want people to buy into this false self. Okay, they want you to believe it, because if the narcissist alone believes in the false self, then it won't work. Okay, so they have to create this image for other people to believe in it. Okay, so that's how they live. And okay, and so anybody that go against the false self, they will be punished. Okay, because if you deny the false self, then that's gonna be with narcissistic rage. Sorry, that's a narcissistic injury, and that's gonna be met with narcissistic rage. Okay, all right. And so the narcissist's entire existence edges on the false self. Okay, the entire being depends on the false self being validated by other people. Okay, so that is why the narcissist needs other people to regulate their emotions and be around them to prop them up and make them feel good about themselves. So the narcissist wants to act like they don't need you and you're not important to them, when in reality you're everything that they could ever want. You understand? So if you should invalidate the false self and call them out, they're gonna really despise you. Okay, they're really gonna despise you. Okay, and also when the false self is not validated, it means that the negative ideas and thoughts that they have about themselves is then being validated. All right, so that again is also gonna create a narcissistic injury, and that is gonna be met with pure rage. All right, they don't want you to validate the things they try to cover up with the false self. Okay, they want you to validate the false self. All right, so if you validate what the narcissist is trying to cover up and hide from everyone, that they are insignificant, worthless, not good enough, all of those negative things, that is what they think of themselves. Okay, and that is all because of the trauma and abuse that they suffered in their early days as a child. All right, so and when they start to rage, they won't stop until either you stop invalidating them and calling them out. All right, so they, as I said before, they're gonna go at you until you stop. You don't try to go toe to toe with them or try to further invalidate them. Okay, so that's how the narcissist operates. And I've seen this with a few of the narcs that I've encountered. All right, I remember one, like, whenever that narc had issues with anybody, maybe they called him about some money owed or whatever the case may be, they're gonna be raging and going on, and sometimes they want to call, like, the person that they have as their main source of supply to vent and rage to them about what that person just did and all of that, you know. So, you know, I listened a couple of times when they were just raging and carrying on, this person did them. And every time, you know, there's something where they're always in the wrong. You understand? So whether they're right or wrong, as long as you attack the false self, they're gonna come at you with pure rage. Okay? Yeah. So, and also I came across a malignant narc. Okay? Like, if you see a real malignant narcissist get into a narcissistic rage, it's like you'd be so surprised, because you're not gonna be able to make sense of it, because the thing that they're raging about could be so small. It could be so small, but to the narcissist, it's a big narcissistic injury, because you're bringing up feelings and thoughts within them that they don't want to associate with themselves or think of themselves. Okay, so it might have a lot of people, like, what if it's a restaurant or in the backyard with friends or family or whatever. Other persons looking on might find it strange, because they might say, well, that is nothing for them to be that enraged about, and but you don't understand that this is something that the narcissist dread. They don't want to anybody to invalidate the false self, you know. And these pathological narcissistic people, I just want you to see how their mind operates and think. Okay, they created a false self, all right, and they know within themselves that it's not real. Okay, but somehow they try to play it off in their mind that it is real. Okay, so when they can have other persons to validate that false self for them, it works even more for them, because they're gonna say, oh, it's working, or it's real, because other people acknowledge the false self or validate it. Okay, but the moment somebody comes along and say something or do something to invalidate that false self, narcissistic injury, narcissistic rage is gonna follow afterwards. Okay, and I've triggered narcissistic people in the past, you know, because, you know, I'm always like somebody that I don't know when to shut up, or maybe I'm just a truth teller and I just can't shut up, and it would cause me to maybe have little arguments with these people. But I remember the malignant narcissist used to go into a lot of rage, just rage. It's just crazy, you know. But you know, it can be very dangerous too. So I won't advise anyone to, you know, intentionally just go ahead and try to, you know, get a narcissist ticked off to the point where they will go into a rage, and because it's not something to joke with. Okay, it could be very dangerous. All right. So that's the video on narcissistic rage. Okay. If you ever experienced it before, if you ever seen it, have you ever triggered a narcissist to have a narcissistic rage? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Okay, so I just want to say thank you guys for watching again. Drop a comment, subscribe, drop a like, and look out for future videos. Okay, and as always, I'm not trying to convince you, as long as you hear what I said. Okay, thank you guys very much.